we have been investing very heavily across our product portfolio in addressing the changing problems that a lot of the banks are having. When you look at it, banks are under a huge amount of pressure, shall we say, from a number of three core areas. You look at it from a technology perspective. So there's a speed of change in the technology, both from the point of view of actually new technologies coming, but also uptake. And there's a discrepancy between those two.
Technology changes a lot. There is different customer needs. Customers want to access banking services differently, and I think there is a change in that direction. So one is IT systems. A second part is probably regulation, with a regulation for banks being both a testing thing, not a threat, but a testing thing, which requires a lot of attention, but it's also an opportunity.
There's also then the regulatory agenda, and there are a lot of regulatory pressures, both globally and locally, because we've got, again, different speeds within that. But then I've also got the competitive landscape and the market infrastructure. So I've got, from a banking perspective, I've got new entrants, I've got disintermediation, etc. So banks need to be able to have the agility and the efficiency to be able to respond to those, but remain compliant and remain in control, because fundamentally that is what they are. They're organizations that provide stability to the local and global macro and domestic financial systems.
Business models of banks generally change. I think especially in the retail segment, there has been a lot of change. Customers approach banks differently. There is a lot more digitalization. There is a lot more services that customers can use themselves without coming to banking branches. And I think banks just have to get fit for the change. So I think it's a very interesting time in banking. It's full with challenges, but also opportunities.
We've been in the industry for 40 odd years. We've got industry practitioners who know the operational elements at a very, very granular level. So we've been investing and ensuring that we take that technology, that understanding, that intelligence, and convert it into systems that deliver that agility. But we also want to be able to bring those new technologies into our solutions.